Hi, in this tutorial we'll be walking through setting up a basic alert so that you can start to have results returned to you from your keywords. So inside of our Rep1 dashboard here, we're going to simply click on Create an Alert. Now you'll see the walkthrough of the specific steps that you need to go through, and it's important to realize that when you're setting up an alert, the main keyword, which is shown here, needs to be the main focus of what you're searching for. What do I mean by that? If your business name is Bob's Bakery, then you want to set your main keyword as Bob's Bakery, like that. You can have up to 5 keywords per alert, but keep them short and keep them relevant to the topic. So this is how we set up an alert within Rep1, and I'm going to give the example here. So we've created a main keyword alert. This can be named anything. It's literally to show in the list over here. So you can see I've got a few different alerts set up. The name of the alert will show here, so you can identify it in the list. And then we're going to set the keywords. Now, you can create multiple keywords. As I mentioned, a limit of 5 per alert. So your main keyword needs to be the main focus of your search. So for this example, I'm going to set up Starbucks coffee. Okay, and I might also set up Okay, you can see that those are different alerts. Now, this first one will also be shown in the second, as you can see here. It's an exact phrase match, meaning that these exact words need to show up for the alert to trigger an alert to you. So you need to have the exact phrase in the keyword section here. All right, so that's our first step. We then move on to the ancillary terms. Now, the ancillary terms are simply a highlight. If you've got a list of results, for example, in this run-click result here, you can see I've got 28 or 55. If you've got lots of alerts on the screen, the highlight colors allow you to see the positive and negative alerts quickly, so you can act on them. So, for example, if you've got, you might have the negative keywords set up as bad, terrible, awful, that kind of thing. All right? Set those up there. And if you've got the positive words set up as great, excellent, you can have as many words as you'd like there. Now, if you set those up with the colors there, when they show in the alerts, you'll be able to see are they positive or negative. You'll be able to instantly go to them in a list of a lot of results and identify them quickly. Next is our sources. Where do we want to search specifically? We've broken it into social media and web, and so you can choose to select or deselect all, or you can individually turn off or on different areas. So you can choose specifically where you want Rep1 to monitor for you. You might say, I'm not really interested in LinkedIn results or Instagram results, and you can turn those off. Or alternatively, you can leave everything on and moving forward. The next area, the geolocation, is not necessary or required for you to set up. In other words, you don't have to fill in anything here, but if you'd like to limit your results to a specific geographical area, you can do so. So for example, I might choose to say, I just want to look at results from Australia. Being in Australia, of course, where Rep1 works globally. So I might say just Australia, for example. But of course, you can choose, as it says here, to leave that blank. So if no countries are selected, global results will be shown. So for this example, I'm going to take that out, and we'll just keep looking at the global results. So next is our language specification. So you can choose you can have a look at the languages that are available here. And if you're looking specifically for words in different languages, you can choose that from the list here. Default it's set to English, but of course you can set to any of the ones that are here. You can also choose to look in multiple languages. So we might be saying that particular phrase turns up in multiple different languages, and we can set those up just simply like that. We also on this page have the ability to filter. So if you have keywords that are a popular term, like Starbucks, for example, we'll get a lot of mentions on social media, and you may choose not to have so many of those mentions coming through, but you can choose to just see the high priority. So if what we're determining high priority websites or people are actually pinging your particular brand, you can turn that on as a filter, or you can choose to receive from everywhere, so you can turn those on or off, or just have one particular one turned on. So you can say, show me everything basically, or show me only the ones that are set to be high priority. Next, this is what we call our silent URL monitoring. Now, silent URL monitoring, I will do a separate tutorial on that. This is for where you have your business name listed, and you want to monitor that particular page. So maybe you've got a business listing with Yelp or a Facebook page or a TripAdvisor page, and you want to monitor anything that happens on that page. So if I'm looking at a particular restaurant listing on Yelp as an example, and I've dined there, I might not use the keyword. So say, for example, my restaurant, Bob's Bakery, I would go to their Yelp page and say, dined here, the food was great, highly recommended. Now, in nowhere in that post have I actually mentioned the words Bob's Bakery. But using our silent URL monitoring, you can set this up to monitor specific URLs and for any changes that are made to those pages. And then Rep1 will alert you. So we'll do a separate training tutorial on that. And the last step is where we are blocking URLs. So for example, if you've got a Facebook page or a blog, for example, so we've got our Rep1 blog, I might choose to set up a specific page like that where I'm not interested when any postings or mentions are made. So if I'm constantly posting on my Facebook page or my blog, for example, I don't want to be notified every time that comes through from my own domain. So I can set that up as a blocked URL, or I can set anything else that I'm not interested in hearing about from that particular website. So I can set that up in the system as well. And once you've gone through the 7 steps, you're literally done. You can click on Finished. Okay, and you can see straight away that we're getting results there. Of course, with Starbucks, we would do. And then you would be able to simply click, see that result, and be able to act on it as you need to. So that's how to set up an alert within Rep1. Easy to do, follow the steps across. Remembering, of course, to keep the main focus of your alert as the keyword. Don't overload the system with long keywords because it needs to be the exact phrase that somebody's typed into the internet somewhere that will trigger that alert. So keep the main focus on your keyword and then drop in the ancillary terms for highlighting and set up multiple alerts for the different ways that you want to angle. So what do I mean? If I've got my main key phrase as Bob's Bakery, I might then choose to have a separate alert for my personnel, a separate alert for my competitors, a separate alert for anything else that I wanted to flag as relevant. So set up multiple alerts rather than multiple keywords in one alert. Set up separate alerts with different keywords in each. That may be a bit confusing how I've got through that, but the main point is keep the main focus of your business in one alert and then set up other alerts with additional keywords as you choose to. Okay, I hope that helps in setting up your alerts within Rep1. Of course, our support is always available. Up in the icon here, you can go to support, and you can find all of the more tutorials over on the left-hand side here. Thanks again, and great to have you with us at Rep1.